Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. I already saw the dislikes. I'm like, those, I don't know who's doing it. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck. They can go fuck themselves. They can go fuck themselves. Probably the same motherfuckers who decided to unsub to me. And to them I say, fuck you. Anyway, Kenichi. Wow. This one, phenomenal. Kenichi was definitely better than Fairy Tail this week. There is no fucking question. And I want to go in details about this. Yes, I don't just want to do a summary and everything. I want to go into details with this because I've noticed something about this chapter. Now, this is about Tanaka because, yeah, the name of the chapter was called 521, The Truth Behind Tanaka Tsutomu. Now, this... listen, truth be told, this deserves a 5 out of 5. I know that's crazy, but I'm gonna push it down to a 4.5 because next week is gonna be truly crazy for Kenichi next week. I think it's gonna be really hard for Fairy Tail to beat Kenichi next week, because it's on some crazy shit right now. Now, there's a similarity going on between Tanaka and Kenichi. Yeah, at least that's what I feel. Because in this chapter, we get a flashback of Tanaka when he was with his master, when he was training with him, and all that other stuff. Now, yeah. And then we had the actual fight, which was fucking awesome. I got this one pic, yeah, but he uses a thumbnail. It's just insane. He just says, "Get off that asshole!" He's just going in on Ogata. Now, beginning part, we basically have him going in on Ogata. And Kenichi's basically saying, "Don't do it to Tanaka-san because you're going to get caught up in his killing intent." And Miyu basically saying, is that explosion of emotions really just for Tanaka's master? See, she's caught on to this. She's thinking that it's more than that, to a certain extent. And then he's going in on him, and we just go into Ayato. And he's talking to Akisame, and they're talking. And he's basically telling Akisame, the Tenchi, Mushin styles, Mido, Kaikun. It was about the time when he was being recognized as a master, and he had very strict methods of training, so not a lot of people could pass as his disciple for being under him, being his disciple. And then we see Mido training Tanaka. And he's like telling him, "You want to be strong." And this whole flashback was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was incisive of what was going down here, of what was going down, and what things were being said. And it made me wonder, like, wait a minute, because you find out that Mido has a daughter. And I think her name was Mayu. And I realized to myself, wait a minute, that sounds similar to Miyu. I was noticing these things in this chapter about this. And, he's telling him, nothing but a pipe dream. Don't you have the resolve to become stronger? And he's telling him to give him a second. It's just his training regimens and everything that's going on. And he's really giving it to him and telling him, just quit. And then we see Mayu. Tanaka calls her Milady. And, she's telling him, don't lay off on him. He'll be a corpse if you continue like that. And they're just basically training and stuff. And then during the training, when Tanaka's barely getting up, during this flashback, Mido has, like, something wrong with him. Like, he's holding on to his chest and shit. And then we see Ayato show up during this time and saying, "Are you okay? Is it bad?" He says, and he's basically saying, "To pass all my techniques, that single thought has kept me alive until now," to Ayato. And Ayato then goes to explain how close Mayu and Tanaka got, how close they got, and eventually what ended up happening was they got married and they had a child. And so he's basically explaining that to Akisama during the flashback, and thus he became the legitimate successor to the Tenchi Mushin style. Had been decided naturally, Mito-kun was overjoyed, but then tragedy knocked on his door. A tragedy by the name of Kensei Ogata. So this flashback was done well, and I like how things are going here. Because what happened, and now let me just state what happened at the happened. You had the flashback, and then we go back to the action where he's going fucking ham on fucking Ogata. He's giving it to him really hard. And then Ogata's saying, how is that all the killing intent you can muster, Tanaka? And he's on the phone. And at first, I'm thinking, oh, that must be Tanaka's wife. That must be his wife, and, that's the story. And this is the reason I'm giving this a 4.5. And he says, "Yeah, sorry, I know I've been long waiting for me to go to the theme park together as a family. I'm sorry. Go around in the middle of a transaction. The other party is someone I've been trying to track down for ages." And then Ogata comes in, kicks the phone out of his hand, and he goes, "Man, oh, fucking Tanaka." He's like, "Hey, asshole, what the fuck do you think you're doing?" And I was like, yo, that's a thumbnail. That was a thumbnail. Instant thumbnail. Right there. And then Kenichi picks up the phone, and he's surprised. He's like, huh? And he's asking, "Is this Tanaka-san's wife? Theme park isn't safe right now. Please take your kid." And Ryuto and Miyu are concerned. It's like, "Kenichi-san, what is it? And it says, "You have now reached the test call service hotline." And it says, "Kensei's passed with Tsutomu. Everything is about to come to light." And that's where it ends. And I'm like, so, truth be told, I think Ogata didn't just kill his master. I think he killed Tanaka's wife, Mayu, and maybe even their child. Who knows? We don't know. And next week's going to be revealed that. And that next week's going to be huge. I got goosebumps just doing this review because it was so crazy. And I really want to give this a 5, but I'm going to save it for next week. This gets a 4.5. This was almost perfect. What went down here? Like, Jesus. I was shocked. I couldn't believe what was going on in this chapter. Outscales Fairy Tail in leaps and bounds. This was just like a what the fuck moment. So, damn. Next week we're probably going to find out. I can only imagine what that's going to be like when you find out. I wonder if we see him actually killing his wife. That would be huge. That would be like, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. But this was a huge chapter. I just did, and I didn't expect it. Because I originally, when I saw last week's chapter, I thought that it was Tanaka who killed his master. Because it seemed to be weird. But it was Ogata. It was. But there's more to it than that. Now, the other thing I want to bring up is this connection. This connection between Tanaka and Kenichi. Now, the reason why I say that is because if you take a look at Mito's daughter's name, it's Mayu. And I'm thinking, Miyu. So I don't know if the manga, of Kenichi did that on purpose, but it's like a similarity kind of thing. And you really think about it, Mito has a daughter, Hayato has a granddaughter. I see a similarity there. Now, next week we'll find out what happened, but this chapter just blew me away. Completely blew me away. I was just floored with what went down. I'm like, Jesus Christ. It was just like unbelievable. Unbelievable. There's nothing else for me to say than holy shit. And I like how they did the flashback. It wasn't that long. It was just an all-around great chapter. 4.5, no question, out of 5. We'll see next week what happens. I got some theories, but I think it's most certain that Ogata didn't just kill his master. Ogata killed his wife. Killed Tanaka's wife that he met and stuff. And I think this is what could happen to Kenichi. This is a possibility. And that's why this chapter was so, intense. Because it felt like Tanaka wasn't only just fighting. I mean, he was fighting for revenge for his master's death. And it looks like his wife's. But more than that. Because just imagine what would happen if this happened to Kenichi. Damn. So there's no way this is going to go down as, this is going to get pretty crazy next week. So tell me what you guys think, comments below. Tell me what you guys think about this chapter. Jesus. Number one thing you should be thinking about, writing in the comment section below. Because this was just like, Jesus. That was just who was so, But and the crazy thing is, next week can be even better. Kenichi's on a roll, man. People, Kenichi is on a roll. Recognize. So yeah, this is Bonkai 922. I guess I'll see you guys later. Unbelievable chapter, man. I could only imagine what next week's gonna be like. See, Ogata kill her? His wife and his master? That would be crazy shit. Crazy. See you guys later.